This is the Maine, a Tier 8 American battleship. Yep, that's right, Tier 8s are here. It's a new era in World of Warships Legends, and the Maine here was a Montana class battleship. It was destined to be a Montana class battleship, but it was canceled in favor of the Essex class aircraft carriers during World War II. So how does the ship stack up in the game here? Well, let's check out the setup of the ship and the commander, who is William Sims. Base trait is built to last. It increases HP per ship tier, and inspirations Andrew Cunningham, Concentrated Devastation, and Robert Juillard Borer, which increases the battleship's AP shell penetration. And the skills is Flammable Cannoneer. Battleship's main battery range is improved, as is the main battery shell grouping, but it is at the cost of increased risk of catching fire. Then I have gyrating drill bits, battleship gun traverse speed, and the main gun armor piercing shell damage is improved, but it is at the cost of a maximum speed. And then we have marksmanship. Dispersion of the main battery is improved, but it is at the cost of a rudder shift time. And these are really the accuracy skills for the American battleships right here. Reaching out XXL is the fourth skill. Main battery range is increased by 3%. So the first three skills here improve the accuracy, but it is at the cost of risk of catching fire, decreased maximum speed, and slower rudder shift time. The legendary skill is Will to Rebuild. Amount of HP recovered is 73%, though the repair party takes a hit of 40%. And the special effect is that it will auto-repair the ship when the HP is equal to or less than 20%, and it is active when you are within 2.75 kilometers of an allied ship. Going up to legendary rank 4 would increase that radius up to 3.5 kilometers. So let's take a look at the upgrades for the Maine. First upgrade is AA Guns Mod 2. AA gun firing range is improved by 20%. And here I did not want to take a hit on the main battery reload time. The traverse speed seemed okay, so that's why I went with the AA guns. I didn't think the secondaries were worth improving. And the second upgrade is Propulsion Mod 2. Time taken to reach full power is improved by 50%. Third upgrade is Concealment System Mod 1. Detectability range is improved by 10%, but that's only until you fire your main guns. The big deal here is the incoming fire dispersion is improved by another 5%. So this adds on to your camo fire dispersion of 4.5%. So it's basically doubles up on the incoming fire dispersion. So you definitely want to do this on all of your Tier 6 through Legendary battleships, in my opinion. And the fourth upgrade is the Artillery Plotting Room. Dispersion of the main battery is improved by 11%. And then I have all of the default upgrades here. Targeting System Mark 10 Mod 1. Firing range is increased 10% up to 18.2 kilometers. And then we have the engine upgrade. Maximum speed goes up to 29.7 knots, and then the main hull B hit points go up to 80,040. Rudder shift time is 22.2 seconds, and all of these upgrades are about another 11 or 12 million credits on top of the 25 million credits it took to purchase the ship. Loadout: ammunition, high explosive shells, and armor piercing shells, which we'll get into in a bit. Damage control party consumable, duration is 20 seconds, reloads 76 seconds, and there's an unlimited number of those consumables. And then we have the repair party consumable, which will partially restore the ship's HP by repairing any light damage at the rate of 692 hit points per second. Duration is 16.8 seconds, reloads every 76 seconds, and there are 3 consumables. And then we have the catapult fighter consumable. I selected this instead of the spotter or the secondary targeting because I'm just trying this out. It seems to me that the catapult fighter will help spot enemy ships in addition to following the ship and automatically attacking enemy aircraft. Duration is 90 seconds and reload time is 76 seconds, and you have 6 of those consumables. Whenever I've tried this out, from time to time, it seems like red team ships will show up, so I find this more valuable than the spotter or the secondary at this point. And here's some boosters that I have loaded. It's all rare boosters except here for the Epic Battle Booster, which I'm looking to increase the main gun range. So that's why I'm using the Epic Battle Booster, but this could change depending on the match that I'm in. Camouflage, I'm using grade 4 camo, and this maxes out the sea detectability range and incoming fire dispersion of 4.5% respectively. As far as the stats, survivability with the boost of the inspirations is now up to 80,040. Armor is 6 to 541 millimeters. Torpedo damage reduction is 37%. Artillery, you have 10 16-inch guns. They reach out to 20.2 kilometers. Reload every 30 seconds. Traverse speed is 32.7 seconds. HE shell damage has a maximum of 5,700 with a 36% chance of setting fire. Armor piercing shells have a maximum damage of 14,410. And secondary armament is a standard 5-kilometer range, 4-second reload time, 1,800 maximum shell damage, and a 9% chance of setting fire. And this is basically why I didn't look to enhance the secondaries at all, because you don't really have much to start out with here. AA defenses, though, are awesome. You will definitely clear the sky with the Maine if you get over-aggressive aircraft carrier player on the red team and he wants to try to take you out. That should be a lot of fun. Maneuverability is maximum speed 29.7 knots. Turning circle radius is 950 meters. Rudder shift time is 23.3 seconds. Concealment detectability range by sea is 13.8 kilometers. Range by air is 11.6 kilometers. And if you're firing in the smoke is 15.5 kilometers. Armor, here's the armor view. This looks pretty standard for a Montana class battleship. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Citadel. And so just like the Montana, you have a very thin deck on top, so you don't have much protection. If the shells can get through this armor right here, you will definitely have a problem and can potentially get wiped out just like the Montana. And then here you have 400 to 999, so you can definitely bow tank in the Maine, and that is a good strategy. Let's check out the overview. Long range, above average main battery range. Hit them before they can hit you, and that is awesome. 20-kilometer range is great. Guns aplenty. A high number of guns allows for a lot of damage from a single salvo. Tough, above average HP base rating, and that is what that 80,000 HP kind of showed. So then the Maine was to be the 3rd Montana class battleship. She was to be named in honor of the 23rd state and was assigned to the New York Navy Yard. Maine would have been the 3rd ship to bear that name had she been commissioned. Year of design was 1940, and there were no ships in the series because they got canceled in favor of the Essex class aircraft carriers at the time in World War II. So that's it for the setup of the ship and the commander. Let's go out in a standard battle and check out some highlights.
All right, we're in standard, we're in Sleeping Giant. Here I'm taking a look at the teams. There's a Shimakaze and a black. On the red team, a Minotaur, a Rune. In Alaska, the Alaska could cause some pretty big damage, and the Minotaur could get you if it gets you in the right kind of situation. But the Richie Lou, you can't mess with that. A couple of Iowas. Right, so I do have pretty good luck with the Montana. You do have to make sure that you don't really go broadside to anybody, because there are times where with that thin Citadel deck you will get taken out or at least severely damaged. But just like the Montana, you can definitely dish out some big time damage here. And the range on these guns is over 20 kilometers, and that is awesome. They definitely have a very great reach. So I'm just sitting around. I have no need to go into the center there in B, into the kill box. So I'm just biding my time. I really don't feel that it's worth moving anywhere, especially since I have no idea where the red team is. I don't want to end up being broadside to somebody. So for now, I'm just sitting here. There are times where I will go backwards after I fire the first salvo here, so that when they try to return fire, they're going to miss a little short because I've started backing up. I generally never back up at the beginning of the match, and that looks like a pretty good shot right there. 9,500 right on the first salvo. So yeah, as we saw in the team list, there are a pair of Iowas. There's the rune. Just waiting for the guns to reload. And there I did back up a little bit in case anybody did take a shot at me. And it sort of looks like nobody has. But I'm angling around to get the rear guns on the rune. And maybe I can cause some pretty big damage on that ship right there. And I hit full stop. I don't really want to continue to back up out of the range there. And there you can see we did hit the rune a little bit, or I think it was 6,000 damage or so. There's the Iowa that I took a shot at from behind the island right here, and I am still not spotted, so this is great. Still not spotted after taking those shots, so the island is definitely working out in my favor here. So all right, after those initial salvos, I'm going to start moving forward. I'm going to head over toward C at the moment. Taking a look over here by B. That Iowa is bow on. So I am going to look to turn a little bit. And my plan of moving to C was spoiled by the fact that I do not want to give up my broadside to the Iowa, simply trying to get over to C. So I've abandoned that, and we're going to concentrate on the Iowa right here for right now. There's that Richie Lou over on the right-hand side that I'm keeping an eye on. And there's some torpedoes coming up the middle here, but I'm not really worried about them. I don't think they have the range to get here. And that really did not look like a good shot, especially bow on like that. So I thought I would check out the Richie Lou for a second. And yeah, I'm trying to make up my mind what the best target is here. Doesn't really seem to be any really great targets here, so I decided to take a shot at the Iowa anyway. I'm hoping he's sort of occupied with that destroyer there, and now I am turning over towards C when it looks like I'm going to be able to do so without putting my broadside at risk. So that was the whole strategy there, is to not move over to C and expose my broadside. I think a lot of people get taken out or severely damaged by trying to do that. So this was my attempt at trying to minimize my risk there. And that last salvo did get a couple of hits, it looked like. We're up to 25,000 damage. And yeah, so there's a rune and an Iowa over there pretty much on top of each other is what it looks like here from the display. I think the rune is slightly behind the Iowa. So now I'm slowing down. I don't really want to go into the gap as long as I have a shot on the Iowa. That was pretty much a whiff right there, so that was nothing to see there. But now I am kind of lining up this rune. This looks like a good target right here. And he's turning his broadside to me, so that is even better. And we're going to let him have it with a full salvo. Let's see if we can get him. And we did. A Citadel hit and a destroyed ship. That is awesome. If you're in a rune, definitely don't do that if you have a Maine to your broadside. I guess I was sort of in smoke right there, so maybe he didn't see me. And now there's a Minotaur up here, and there is a battleship that's broadside, so that is a better target. That's the Richelieu. That is a way better target than that Minotaur. So we're going to concentrate on the Richelieu. We're up to 42,000 damage. And he turned in, so that was a big miss. But we are outside of the smoke, so we are visible to those guys. And we are not going to go into the kill box right up there. We're just going to stay right here. And there, this Minotaur, unbelievable as it seems, he is going broadside. So we're going to take some shots at him with our main guns. And we wiped that guy out with a Citadel hit and a destruction as well. So 2 cruisers going broadside to the Maine, and they both had a very bad day. So now I'm going to back up and try to get into the smoke here. And the Richelieu did take a shot, but I'm looking to get my rear guns on him because I think he's going to have some time here to reload, so I'm safe for a little while by exposing my broadside because he can't shoot me as he is reloading. So now I'm expecting that I will be behind this island and not visible to the Richelieu. I'm still in the smoke, it looks like. There I am not, so the smoke is dissipated and I still have the island as cover right here. We have 54,000 damage, and this looks like another great broadside. This time with the Richelieu, let's see if we can get some more damage here. And only 1,400, that wasn't all that great. And another 1,500 or so. It looked like we're up to 60,000 damage. But I'm being very cautious with the Richelieu. I'm also being cautious with the Iowa here. But I'm going to come out here and hope that he hasn't spotted me. Hopefully, if I come into the gap here, he will be broadside and I'll be able to take him out just exactly like this right here. He's half health. Let's see what happens. And there he gets obliterated with 3 Citadel hits, a devastating strike, a 3rd destroyed ship. We are up over 100,000 damage, and the Maine can really dish out the damage right here. This is amazing. This is probably my 3rd match in the Maine, as it turns out. So this is an unbelievable score for one of my first matches in the Maine. If you don't have the Montana from the Bureau, maybe you can get the Maine. It can be kind of pricey at the 25 million credits that it costs and the extra 12 million credits that it costs to fully equip it, but it is a devastating ship. And there we got another 1,400 or so damage. We're way ahead here, so this is kind of risky. I'm looking to get more damage rather than preserve the win, it seems like. And this is, yeah, this is kind of risky because it is a Richelieu, and there you go. 14,000 damage he took off me. That was no doubt a Citadel hit. So I'm trying to take out his gun, so I aimed a little bit higher there near the superstructure. Now I'm being hit from behind. Looks like from a cruiser behind me. So this is turning into a bad deal for me right here. We're up to 106,000 damage, but we can still have our day ruined here if we get destroyed. and another 1,000 damage. So this is definitely not a great situation right here. Luckily, looked like my teammate was starting to hit the Richelieu. Secondaries are starting to go. And the best option here is to back up and hope that we can survive this. Got 3 minutes to go in the match. And it looks like his guns are taking so long to reload that we are moving out of the way. So he did not follow me. Interesting as that is, there is the Alaska. The match is over with. We hit 1,000 points. Right, that was a big-time victory in the Maine in one of my very first matches in the ship. 312,000 credits we earned, 108 battle performance, total damage, 44 target hits, 3 destroyed ships, 5 citadels, 19 secondary hits, 3 defendeds, a devastating strike, and we were running some boosters, so we did get some pretty good XP up there. Let's see how we did on the team result. Well, third place, okay, we did get the most destroyed ships in the game. Only 2,100 XP, but still, one of my first matches, I'll take it. Economy tab, 115,000 credits by the time it was all said and done. Well, that's it for the Maine, and yeah, with the Tier 8 ships arriving, it is a new era in World of Warships Legends, and the Maine does seem to be the top dog on the American battleship tree, especially with those 3 Citadel hits against that Iowa. It never really had a chance, and nothing else. You can see a little bit about what the ship is all about. This is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you like it.